Are you ready to transform your B2B sales and see the real results? Let's dive into the proven strategies that work. Over the last couple of years, B2B sales have become extremely complicated, extremely stressful, and extremely, I would say, surprising at times. Because the habits of actual consumers have changed, things have globalized, especially in post-pandemic world, and also the things have shifted to digital channels tremendously. And I know what I'm saying because I've been involved in B2B sales, mostly in IT industry, for more than 10 years. I have built 2 businesses in B2B and in IT, and I know how this changed profoundly over the years and how it used to be. So in order to adapt to that, you have to also adapt your strategies, you have to adapt your business, and you have to adapt the good, best practices that you are using and that your team is operating with. So the first thing that I would like to highlight is understanding your customer. And by understanding your customer, I mean really understanding them, diving deeper into their pain points, into their expectations, and into what is that they are actually looking for in the experience with your brand or the competitors' brands, and tailoring the experience to their needs. And I know that this can sound complex, but it's actually really simple. If you have existing customers, existing clients, schedule calls with them, discuss with them about their common pain points, about the challenges that they're expecting. Let them speak freely, ask open-ended questions, and gather all of these information into one spreadsheet. Find out what kind of things motivate them, what kind of channels they are using to get new information. How did they become your customers and what convinced them? Maybe there was something that was putting them off, but they've decided to go with you guys anyway. So these things will help you to get a better picture about your customer persona or your buyer persona or ideal client avatar or however you want to call it. It's just going to create a profile of this person that will then help you to craft the content that you will be using, craft the messaging, craft the information and copy for your ads, so on and so forth. It will enable you to provide them with the experience, with the information that they are expecting instead of just doing the guesswork. The second thing that I recommend you to consider if you want to sell more in B2B, invest in your marketing. And I can't stress this enough. Over the last couple of months, I've met with dozens of entrepreneurs from all over the world that need some help with sales and marketing, in most of the cases at least. They do not have marketing either at all, or the marketing is as an addition to the sales department instead of the other way around. And why I think it should be the other way around, it's pretty simple. Salespeople, sometimes they can create their own opportunities, sometimes they can do it pretty efficiently, but in my experience, most of the times they love to work with the actual opportunities instead of just go and hunt for them. If you have the efficient marketing department, if you have the efficient marketing processes in place that are generating leads for the salespeople to work with, they can easily process more of them within the time that is given to them instead of just looking for new opportunities. This is why I think that having a good marketing department that is doing a lot of campaigns, a lot of things that are generating leads for your business, instead of just having a lot of salespeople that actually have little or nothing to do at all, might be a strategy that you would like to go for. If you already have marketing, try to look for what can you do better with your website, how many leads your website is generating. Is it understandable for you and your marketing department? How does this actually work? What is the most profitable channel? Is it Google Ads? Is it any other ad platform? Or maybe it is the organic traffic that is generating new leads for you every day, every week, or every month. Try to also look for the opportunities and places where you can actually reach out to your customers. For example, Facebook groups, cold calling, cold mailing, LinkedIn. All of these platforms and things can be leveraged in order to give you more sales opportunities. Of course, it has to be done the smart way. Instead of just being pushy and instead of just sending random spammy emails, you can do it in a smart way that will, in the worst case scenario, bring a smile on someone's face, and in the best case scenario, will give you the new customer, a new deal, and will actually solve someone's problem or a challenge. The third thing that you can do in order to sell more in B2B is to leverage technology. If you are not using a CRM right now, I would strongly advise you to do so. If you want to, see the reasons why, then check out the video that you will see on the screen somewhere around here, and see if CRM can be something that your business can leverage. CRM can actually help your business in multiple ways. It can enable you to streamline the sales process. It can simplify the work of your sales team. It can also provide you with detailed reporting and information about your sales process and about the performance of sales individuals, and it can also enable you to make more informed decisions. When it comes to leveraging technology, you can also utilize the data that you have. So analyzing the performance of Google Analytics, seeing what kind of results you are getting on particular campaigns and ads, comparing them even in the simplest of spreadsheets can give you a lot of ideas about what is that you can do next and how to improve your current marketing and sales efforts. And some of the other types of technologies or softwares that you can work with include, of course, AI, and ChatGPT can work miracles with ideation for your marketing department, with the analyzing of the information that your sales team is dealing with, but it can also be a good sparring partner with giving you a couple of ideas about what to do with a certain campaign or how to tweak something better, more tailored to your business needs, and so on and so forth. Other types of software include the proposal software, include the email marketing software, the live chats for your website, you name it. There are a bunch of different things that you can use in order to get more sales and improve your sales machine. Just FYI, before you will consider implementing any type of software, I would start with actually calculating ROI and seeing if this particular thing is relevant or important to your business, and if so, how, and what can you do or what you need to do in order to justify the spending. And the last thing that you can do in order to sell more in B2B is refining your existing sales. And before I will start with that, make sure to subscribe to our channel if you are finding this video interesting, and this can happen in multiple ways. So the first thing that you can look at is your sales pitch. Is it relevant? Is it tailored to your customer needs? Is it outdated possibly? Or maybe you can refresh your finger to in your presentation. Maybe you can even create a whole different kind of presentation right now. Maybe you have the old template for the product group that is currently pretty innovative or is selling better than it used to. Try to think creatively about your sales pitch and how do you present a certain software or service or certain product and improve. The second thing that you can do is you can deal with the objection handling. Oftentimes new salespeople are joining the organization. Sometimes they do have a mentor or a buddy, sometimes they do not, and they are either using the best possible ways to deal with things that they think you should deal with, or they are not. So having actual objections of customers written down, having the handling of these objections written down can help to simplify their life, can help you to make them look more professional, and can actually improve your closing rates. So objection handling is something that I would definitely look into if you are looking to increase your sales and increase your closing rates. And the last one within the refining your sales process is, of course, using the closing techniques. So the closing techniques are being drawn most of the times from the psychology of sales or from the psychology itself, and they include some of the little things that we salespeople can use in order to speed things up or maximize the chances of our success, like creating the sense of urgency, creating the sense of limitation, using the particular framework to highlight the things that are most important to our customer. There are a bunch of different things that you can use in order to make your solution look better or make it more exclusive to some of the customers. But in order to do that, you probably need to look at the service, the product, and see what kind of techniques you can use in order to maximize the closing rates of your deals. Here, I would like to recommend you two books by Robert Cialdini. The first one is Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion, and the second one is Persuasion. In both of these, you will find dozens of examples ton of knowledge and a lot of ammunition to improve your conversion rates and to implement things that will be right and tailored to your products and services. I hope that this video was helpful to you. Let me know what kind of things you are using to improve your B2B sales and what would you add to the list. If you have any questions about sales processes or marketing or B2B or whatever, just leave them in the comment section down below. Have a great rest of your day and thanks for watching.